Have you heard of Animal Well? The solo-developed MetroidVania set in a densely packed underground labyrinth full of mind-bending secrets and intricate puzzles. Have you heard of its fun tools and excellent design that make it a replayable masterpiece? And have you heard of its community, which has worked together to painstakingly uncover each of its treasures hidden beneath rabbits, eggs, and figurines? Well, if you haven't, I'm glad you stopped by, because today on Game Rant, allow me to tell you about Animal Well. Animal Well is a hard thing to describe. Yes, it is a Metroidvania, but it doesn't follow the tropes in the way that most do. Animal Well gives the player 4 main tools, which are scattered across the world. They can be discovered in a non-linear fashion, meaning that whatever tool you prioritize is the tool you can grab first. For me, that tool was the bubble wand. I value its ability to get me to hard to reach spaces, and overall, I think it's fun to use. I used it to shortcut this puzzle here, but each tool has its own versatile uses, which can help the player navigate the world. Some players prefer to get the frisbee first so they can bounce it off of walls and turn on levers in the distance, and some like the yo-yo because it's fun to spin. There is a playful nature to each of these tools and a useful facet, meaning that getting them is always a joy, and all of these tools combine to take on puzzles in the most fun way possible. Puzzles are about experimentation, about creativity, and sometimes even about finding your own way to do a thing rather than the way the game wants you to. Once you've unlocked multiple tools, including some end-game tools, you'll start to uncover eggs. These eggs and the tools that they can unlock encourage even further exploration, compounding upon the depth that each space has. But I think that Animal Well finds its immersion within its visuals and its sound. Upon plopping into the world, the soundscape on display is one of the first noticeable aspects. Birds chirp in the distance, water splashes, and little lamps swing and clink. It feels reactive. Playing on the PlayStation even pushes this farther, as the DualSense spits out many of these sounds and rumbles and vibrates in order to mimic the contact between the player and the world. It connects you to the place from the start, but the visuals will be something that you truly fall in love with. The detailed pixel art comes alive with vibrant color and glow, from the lush green caves of the opening to the vibrant trickling water of the pipe section to the atmospheric fires warbling off the walls. It's also incredible to look at as it comes alive and breathes into each space. It's a hard thing to portray in words, and even in video. It doesn't look the way it does when you're playing it and when you are interacting with it. There aren't enough words to describe just how incredible it is to be let loose in this immersive space. But finally, the thing that can keep a game around for the long haul is its ability to cultivate a lasting community. Animal Well isn't a game with a multiplayer component. It's not going to have big updates, and it's not an overtly long game, so it opts to maintain its player base by having incredibly deep puzzles for that base to solve. One such puzzle is the one discovered immediately after launch that requires 50 players to come together with different tiles from this rabbit wall. Upon using the remote and the top, you can open up an area that gives you the option to see this 4x4 tile set. Once 50 players combine their 4x4s together, they can create an entire mural and therefore open the door, which will lead to another layer of secrets. This is just one of many puzzles to uncover. First, you have to find all the eggs, then the rabbits, and then the figurines, but this deep well of secrets is something fun to sift through once you've beaten the game, so I'll avoid spoiling any more and allow you to get to digging on your own. Ultimately, secrets are why myself and so many others are drawn to Animal Well, but beneath that, there is this immersion that coats every layer of this game. Beautiful tactile sounds as you plop through water and as birds flutter away, mysterious humming music, fun multifaceted tools, and a beautiful glowing art style that emits both a sense of nostalgia and a deep longing to seep into this space. Animal Well ultimately is something that must be played to be understood, so I hope I've convinced you, and I hope I'll see you deep in the well.